Hi everyone. Today I want to talk about your career goals and how to reflect that on LinkedIn. You see, many of my clients recently actually want me to work with them on their LinkedIn profile and kind of thinking about their future career progression. And I wanted to share with you kind of the highlights of what I typically recommend leaders I work with on their LinkedIn profile. Instead of thinking of what are you doing today, what are your current role, you have to think first about your career goals. What will be a potential next role? And it doesn't matter if you are currently actively looking for a position or not. You have to think your brand on LinkedIn should represent your career progression and aspirations and not be too narrow to what you're doing today. Because a lot of times, what you want to be doing or opportunities that you want to receive on LinkedIn are slightly different than your current role. So first of all, you have to invest time in thinking, what would your next role or potential next role look like? For that, you have to do some thinking. You have to reflect on areas that you're passionate about, what you bring, what kind of unique strengths you bring, and explore on LinkedIn. I usually recommend people to do, just look for jobs, and not specifically for the sake of applying to them, but understanding what's out there, what kind of jobs are in demand, what interests them, what they think they can be a good fit, even if they don't meet all the criteria. Yeah, one of the major barriers that especially women, they are hung up too much on, but I don't have this and this and this. Don't worry about it right now. Think about potential roles that you will want and that you think that you have things already in you that are a fit. So that's the first thing. Now that you have several positions in mind, keep them aside because we'll use them. You have to really think, okay, how do I brand myself as that future leader? So let's take an example. If you are, for example, right now an engineering manager, however, you aspire that your next role will be a director of engineering. So obviously you have to look for director of engineering roles and see what employers are looking for and see how you can highlight that on your LinkedIn profile. For example, if a director of engineering role requires you to think strategically, and you already do that to some extent today, then you have to highlight that on your LinkedIn profile. You have to highlight that you're a strategic thinker. Now, I will highlight, like LinkedIn is, we can talk hours on that, but I will highlight the main areas you should look on when you are working on your LinkedIn profile. First one would be your profile picture. Make sure it's relatively recent. You cannot believe how many times because I network a lot, I meet with a lot of people. You cannot imagine how many times I met with people that don't look at all like their profile picture. So make sure your profile picture actually looks similar to how you look today. If you can, hire a professional photographer. You don't have to. You can just ask someone to take a picture of you and do some really basic photo editing to make it look nice. I use Canva quite a lot. It can do wonders. The second thing is your background picture. And this is important because typically when someone lands on your profile, even you, open your computer or your phone and check someone else's profile. What do you see first? You see their picture, you see their background picture, and you see their headline. Those are the top important things to focus on first. Background picture is a way for you to grab attention and to highlight who you are. Very simple. You can put a quote that represents who you are as a leader. You can put just, who you are as a leader. You can put technologies that you use, whatever you want. But the important piece is that it has to grab attention and highlight who you are, because visual is powerful. Many people relate to that. And again, the easiest way to do it is use Canva. Canva, I cannot speak enough of this tool. It's incredible. I use it for several years now. If you don't use it right now. And as I said, the third thing would be the headline. Most people, unfortunately, I see most people do it wrong. They just put their current job description. So if you're an engineering manager, then most people will put an engineering manager. That's you're not spending prime real estate. Put more information about yourself, who you are, what skills you have, who you are as a leader. Incorporate relevant keywords and that's another place both to attract people to your profile, to explain who you are, and also use keywords that can help recruiters and hiring managers to find you in searches. So very, very important. And the next one would be the summary section. The summary is like your about section. It's a great place for you to tell your story, who you are. Don't be afraid to be a little bit personable, who you are, what's the journey you've made? What do you bring? What kind of skills you bring? What are you passionate about? What are you looking for? Tell your story. It will be much more engaging than just, saying something, software engineer, blah, blah, blah. Tell a story that people can connect to. And then the next would be your experience. Obviously, highlight the most recent experience first. I usually have a very, very simple template that I like to use. Few sentences, like a very short paragraph, what the role is, like what do you do, what are you responsible for, and then list of accomplishments. Like, most people get it wrong, unfortunately. You don't need to put a laundry list of what is your role about. You have to put things that you have achieved and accomplished as a leader. How you, as a leader, made a difference at your company. And I think that's enough for one video. If you at least do those things, it will really help you stand out and help people to find you on LinkedIn. I hope that was helpful, and I want to wish all of you a happy new year, a successful 2024. I hope you will achieve everything that you want to get this year. And if you need any help or support, you know how to reach me. Thank you so much for listening. See you soon.